So we're in Sacramento.
Directly from the guy in charge.
This is what's happening here, folks. The battles are starting to break out.
That's why Lyft has done 50,000 trips in Arizona. That's why Lyft has run 50,000 trips in Arizona.
We're in Sacramento, baby. We have arrived, and we're up here in the first battles.
They're already taking 52%. So they're already taking 77%.
How does this help?
How does any of this help?
Does it?
As any kind of contract, you should be able to cancel.
It's going to go driverless? It's going to go driverless.
It's not going to go driverless. It's not going to go driverless.
Why?
We're going to fight for it. We're going to fight for these jobs. We're going to fight for these jobs.
AB5 doesn't have anything to stop them from driverless. You're confused, brother. There's nothing in that bill.
We are going to stop it.
So the cops are here. They're trying to tear the people apart. There's people from both sides. We're just exposing the story here. We have a battle breaking out between two opposing groups. This is what's happening right now.
It's going to kill our job.
That's it, buddy. You're right. You have a right to be here.
How's it going, man?
Good. It's getting heated, baby, early in the day. We're in Sacramento. Los Angeles has come up. And you have all different groups here approaching it from different angles, right? You have this gentleman here. What's your name?
I'm Luke with FTP Streamline.
Luke, and then you obviously got all the certifications and everything to be here on the thing, which is cool. I applaud you.
No, he's the guy that was on that.
There's a gentleman over there who has all the things. The police are already here trying to remove his buddy, but he's got the permits. He's allowed to be here. I have a big base, right, Chair Professor? Tell them, what is your position, my friend? You're live. Whatever you support, we're supporting you.
I was making $10,000 a month driving for Uber and Lyft.
Okay.
Now, I was making really good money doing this job, and it has been perverted by these people. No, there is no way that Uber or Lyft can be successful unless they replace all the drivers with driverless cars.
Exactly.
That is their only way to be successful.
Exactly.
You know, and we just want to make it as difficult as possible for them to try to do that.
Right, and not sell out. Like a lot of people here are here to collect a T-shirt, to sell out, to get the T-shirt and run.
Free food.
Get their signature, get their free $10 T-shirt, the free pizza, and they're selling out. You've got to stand up for your rights.
I don't want their free T-shirt.
You're either spineless or you have a spine in life. And that's why we're here today. That's why we came up from LA.
Exactly.
Right, at least bring us to the party.
That's why the GOAT is here.
Exactly, there we go, the GOAT. He's already talking about the GOAT. Exactly. We're here to support you 100%, and I applaud you. Super proud of this gentleman, of what he's doing. He's out here in the sun. We've got a couple of police officers here that are trying to quieten the storm, but the storm has arrived. The hurricanes are here. The tornadoes are here. We are exposing the true story, my friends. I appreciate you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, my friend.
Thank you, sir. Take care now.
He hooked him and beat it into him. So his name is Tote. That's what's been happening in the 4 years I've been in this game. Is that customers in the media that had a lack of knowledge or hating us because of our success have labeled us as Uber drivers when they don't even know what they're talking about. There's conversation about Uber drivers, but there's no documentation about Uber drivers. We have documentation from the get-go that we're independent drivers. Because if you're an Uber driver, you get a W-2 form. We get a 1099. That's why I wanted us to stay independent, is because we don't want to work for the man. All right? In this life, we're going to have to work anyway, but we don't want to work for the man. We want to be independent, making our own hours. If I don't want to get up today because it's Saturday and I want to go to the beach with my kids, then that's what I want to do. And then after I go to the beach and I want to cut my app on and get this money, that's what it's all about. All right? So I'm mad at the lawmakers who try to make us slaves because Uber and Lyft have broken the mold. They have changed us to be self-employed. That's like, they're mad because why you let the slaves go. Got to get them back over here. Okay, so I want y'all to understand that being independent is your best option, because if you work hourly, you already know they're not going to pay for overtime. You're going to have to work 8 hours on the app, and then that's all they're going to pay. And then they're going to try to shrink you guys away. As soon as you get 1 or 2, 3 customer complaints, bye-bye, you're off the app, you're done. All right?
How are we not a slave right now if the federal government charges, we get a deduction for 54 cents a mile that we drive on our cars, and in Sacramento, we pay 60 cents a mile. And so under that formula, we're making 4 cents a mile after our deductions.
Okay, I understand it. Yeah, now there are changes.
So this is good, folks. We've got dialogue going. We're seeing both sides of the story, and that's why we're here, to listen to both sides, right? This is not a one-sided thing where we have driven up forcing our way. We're here to interview people, to listen to different opinions, right? And it's going to be a long live stream, so please restream it. I'm going to be speaking to a lot of people.
To make a long story short, here, give me 1 second. So, well, I'm gonna make this short. So basically, we are already getting paid 80% of the money, and Uber's taking 20% out. The problem is that we need more money per mile. This is what we want to say to the lawmakers, because there's things Uber has to do, and there's things lawmakers have to do to make it fair. But we don't want to make it a hourly game because we want to make as much money as possible. So I think they should raise it up to $1 or something per mile, it should change, and raise the time. But when you make it hourly, you're going to get rid of Uber and Lyft. If you just want to get rid of Uber and Lyft, you could do it without that. And then I want to leave you with this. If you ever seen the movie American Gangster, and you know the guy was talking to Frank,
Oh, I drive in San Francisco.
you can have friends and be unsuccessful, all right? But success comes from enemies, all right? That's what I'm going to leave you with that.
Right.
Thank you.
No problem, man. I'd like to give everyone.
Yeah, we want to speak to you about this.
This is great, man.
But again, I want to announce to you guys that we are not here in support of becoming employees. We are here because we want to be truly, really independent contractors with the ability to cancel contracts that we do find not desirable, and to have the full details of those contracts.
And not have our platinum points taken away.
And not to have consequences for canceling, and Uber and Lyft to take responsibility for promoting the transportation of underage minors.
Oh, yeah. They sent me an email thanking me for transporting.
Yeah, that's true. Last year in November, they all sent us an email thanking us for picking up children from soccer games.
Yeah. Fuck those guys.
So when they're there saying, oh, we want to support you being independent, but as soon as you start canceling on those minors, we're going to send you a threatful email saying that you'll be deactivated, I think is pretty ludicrous.
Don't you like getting points instead of money bonuses?
I mean, at the end of the day, if we were truly independent contractors and we're able to negotiate and set our own individual prices, I wouldn't care if they give me 1 point or 1,000.
But it's not just about the drivers, it's about the passengers too, because Lyft has to accommodate both sides. Because if we can cancel as much as we want, how is somebody going to get somewhere? I drive in the Bay. People who want to cross a bridge, they get canceled on so much, it's like they can't even get home. Then they're going to have to resort to a taxi.
Country, they would have to take that contract into the free market and make that contract more
That's why
attractive.
Lyft is the way it is. It's because they want to maintain
But they
that
don't
rapport with
make
their
those
passengers.
contracts any more attractive.
Half of the people want to cross the Bay Bridge and half of them don't. So everyone knows the troops going over the Bay Bridge.
And if I'm truly an independent contractor, I can drive everywhere I want, anywhere I want. If I don't want to go across the bridge, I don't have
I
to.
really just feel like it's just a completely petty reason. Like, I want to be able to cancel as much as I want. That's like the most petty thing to be complaining about.
But it's not petty when it's an underage child and you cancel because they're underage and you get threatened with deactivation. And if you're in traffic in a school area, you will continue to get those calls in that area.
Why are you rejecting it just because they're underage?
Because that is against the rules.
For them to be...
That is against, it's not against the law, it is against Uber and Lyft's policy to transport minors. So my question is, how many minors have you transported against the rules?
California charter license, right? You can then have your kids
Has
in the
Lyft
car.
done that?
No, they haven't. They haven't. You know, they'd have to pay those licensing fees for each driver.
Does Lyft threaten deactivation if you reject an
I've
underage?
never heard that they threaten you.
See,
No.
that's my thing. If
There
you're going
shouldn't
to
be
talk
fear
about
marketing.
if you're
Shouldn't
going to
be
talk
fear
about
marketing.
Uber and Lyft, it has to be the same for both. I've never heard of anybody
But they're
being
two
threatened
separate
with.
companies, so they're not going to be
But
the
you got
same.
Uber and Lyft on there, and you
Because
complain
we're
about one
protesting
topic.
against both. But
I
that
know,
one
but your
topic is an
only
issue for both.
in conjunction with Uber.
But their topic is an issue for both.
Who has been threatened deactivation on Lyft? On Lyft
For transporting underage minors continually canceling.
for Lyft?
Lyft and Uber.
Well, then that's a conversation you should be having, not for. I don't really think that is like making
What
you
conversation
truly.
do you think I'm trying to have here? Because I don't think you're being straightforward.
I think that you're trying to change the whole goal of what we're trying to do here. You're trying to come against what's happening when you have one little issue with the whole
Actually,
situation.
I have several other issues. I believe that's a one common issue that all drivers can agree on. That's why I've been mentioning it often.
I know, but that doesn't mean that this whole thing that they're doing means that you have to come against it.
But I'm coming against it because I want us to be real independent contractors. I love being independent. I want to be a real independent contractor with true independence.
I think it's how they're going about it, how they're signing up people and staging these type of shows.
Maybe it should become a little louder too.
You know, people are coming down here, getting the food, getting these emails, and then signing off on these petitions,
I'm just saying,
whereby,
this whole circle is just not for cameras. Like,
definitely not, definitely not
This is for anyone that wants to have a
to be an
conversation.
employee, but the conditions as they are right now are unacceptable.
That's up
So
to you, man.
you got to bring the drivers to the table, to the negotiation table, right, and sit down. You can't do backroom deals with unions and find loopholes with unions. That's Uber and politicians together to sign our lives away. We have to be at the table, right? So that's why people have driven up like us from LA. I don't want to be an employee, but I'm not going to accept the conditions as they are right now, because they're looking for a lot of blind mice just going to sign away on their thing so that they can submit it into the political system and say, hey, look, we're independent contractors, keep it as it is. What the wording on there, that's promises, man. That's a lot of, they made a lot of promises over 5-6 years. Have they raised your earnings? No, they've done the opposite. Every time they say something, they do the opposite. Just can't be trusted or respected. You know what I mean? So that's why we're here. And I see your point. I mean, I appreciate your point, but you can't just blindfoldedly show up at a rally and sign up your name and take a T-shirt, not knowing what their true intentions are. Right? They've got to get up there on stage and say, this is what we stand for. Get in front of the media. Instead of having 5 cute little tents and a lot of sodas and a lot of pizzas and T-shirts and getting these people to sign up. I'm sorry. You have a voice, you use your voice.
I would much rather talk to Lyft about these issues than talk to the government. Like, if we, I would
Me too. I agree with you. I would love to sit down with Lyft and say, I'm a driver, you're an executive, I'm a driver, you're a manager,
and it's going to be a whole lot easier to try and conform with Lyft than it would be if this happens.
Thank you. I can't say it better than that. That's why you've got to sit down with the drivers and the company and find out a way.
I was Lyft, I wouldn't want to talk to people holding the sign. You know what I'm saying?
Because there's a level of maybe aggression behind it, but you know, you need a sober, good, relaxing environment. You can't do backroom deals with unions. That's what they're doing. The New York Times exposed the story. With the California union, they're trying to find loopholes so that they can be our voice and continue with the same. I would like you, I would love to sit down with Lyft executives. I would welcome that all day long. Bring in a Miami driver, a San Francisco driver, a Lyft this driver, a Denver, and sit down. What is it you truly want? Well, the first thing we're not going to do is accept what you're doing to us right now. 60% you, 40% us, or 50-50 in certain markets. Once upon a time in the good old days, it was 75-25. Now the guy can't make ends meet Monday to Monday. Cannot, or he or she. I'm not trying to just use the word he, right? So sit down with us. You don't want to have us employee status. We understand it costs you $500 million more, right? But hear us out as well. Have you heard us strike around the country? No. Pretend that we don't even have a voice. So I'm with you. It's just like it's a different approach. This approach may be a little bit too aggressive and in your face, but at the end of the day, we want to fare better than we are right now. And an employee, the reason I don't want to become an employee is because I want that flexibility. I don't want to be boxed in one company and they're telling me which hours I have to drive. That is the part that I enjoy as the independent contractor. But I'm certainly not enjoying taking 40% of the paycheck. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I'm not fighting you in any way. I hear you loud and clear. It's just how
I feel like the whole presentation is like geared up to fight. It's like this is you guys with your hands up.
This is geared up. The way it's set up on both sides is geared up for a fight.
They're sitting down. You guys are standing up.
They're not sitting down. They're sending out emails and saying, hey, sign this petition, sign off on here. And you read the 13-page fine print. You don't generally, because you're going to It's fear marketing.
I feel half the people
Fear
I don't
marketing,
even know what they're
right?
here for.
And why do you have to send out a campaign once, twice, 3 times in 1 week? Because your first campaign didn't work. Your second approach didn't work. Now you have to do a rally and hope that the people and that you can get in front of the media. I will guarantee you, at the end of the day, this is a 50-50 crowd. If they thought it was a one-sided, 100% their crowd, they're wrong. It's going to be a 50, and this is unfortunately what's going to happen.
I just feel like if we're all trying to come against becoming employees, like acting like we're not all on the same page is not helpful for anything. Like this is the wrong day to do this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because when you want to bring a united front against the government to say we don't want what you're trying to push on us, like you don't want to come yelling at the people that you're trying to say like I agree with you, but I also disagree with you. Like that's just the whole ass wrong approach. Because now all you're doing is making people agitated, starting arguments, making people feel divided.
100%.
Like this is the last.
This
time.
is the
this
last.
exact wrong time.
So how about this approach?
Instigating that.
How about this approach? You have 20 executives from Lyft or Uber. You have your politicians that are involved in this bill, and you have representative drivers from Uber and Lyft from different cities. Sit down and start talking to each other in a closed environment.
I guarantee you that if you had come up, gotten a t-shirt, gone over there, and then tried to just casually start a conversation with one of them, you would have gotten a lot farther than anything
but
that you've done.
I'm not signing my life away.
I'm not saying sign your life away.
Anyway.
I'm not saying sign your life away. I'm just saying go over there and start a conversation with one of them.
I did. I said,
but you already started as an opposition, so they're already on edge.
I'm
They already
opposed
have
to this
walls
from
up.
day one because I'm not a cheap sellout.
I
stand
know,
for
but that's
something.
not the point. That's the point is to create a connection. The point is to create a conversation, and the energy that you're creating is not facilitating that.
By the way, I'm not with them. Just
it doesn't matter, but you're still perpetuating this
I'm
argumentative
listening
energy.
to him. He has every right to be on my live stream.
I'm
as
just
you have to be
saying
on my live
that
stream.
you are perpetuating the negative energy that makes people not want to be open to you.
I don't think I would have the followers and project. Go and have a look at my channel if
I'm talking
negative.
about the people that are making the decision. If you want to have a conversation with them, if you want to have a mutual, respected conversation, you have to come in with a neutral and humble spirit so that you're not coming in with guns a-blazing like, hey, I disagree, y'all need to listen to me.
When I walked over to that tent, I said to the lady, would you be so kind and explain the process to me? She showed me the document and said, what would I be signing on, right? What is the document? May I read the document? No, I'd have to get your name on the list, and you could sign here, and then we'll give you a T-shirt, and then this is basically what we want. So she explained it.
There's paperwork I can look
So
at.
there's paperwork. I think I got it. I got it right over here, right? There, I got the paperwork from her. I went through that. I didn't come with the aggressive approach saying, hey, you know what? Why do you guys set up here? I'm coming up from LA with a lot of other drivers. I represent a lot of drivers, and I'm going to hear a lot of opposing stories today. But what I stand for is not the shitty treatment I'm getting right now, and not necessarily I don't want to be boxed in as an employer either. I want to sit down and negotiate a better deal. Let's say you have drivers and legal representatives for
pick
drivers.
your battles at the right time. When you're trying to start multiple battles all in the same fucking day, that's too much. That's exactly what you're doing.
There's one battle. There's one battle.
But that's not what this feels like. This doesn't feel like you're united with us.
Okay,
it feels like you're on your own little road
Can I ask
situation.
you? I'm just confused. Like, what is your? Why are you here?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like, I don't know why you're even arguing. Like, I've watched Torsten's videos before. I know he supports drivers. I'm not sure.
All I know,
we're here
that one of the best ways to actually produce change is unity. When people are in agreement, to actually act like you guys are on the same team, to actually interact as if you guys are friends. You know, when you can look at a group of people and you can clearly tell all those guys are united, all those guys are of one mind. Like you are
but
much
I don't
more
understand
of a.
what the mind. Like, I don't know what's your point basically. Like, I hear
I'm saying that
let's
this
be
approach-
unified, but behind what idea? That's what I don't understand.
Right now, the main idea is that we don't want to become employees.
Why is that?
That is the bottom line for today.
Why is that?
Because it's going to take away one of the most attractive and one of the
We're
most
we're not here fighting employee status. We're not here to fight for employee status. We're not here to fight for employee status. Don't walk away. Engage.
You don't have that. It's not even gonna. There's gonna be so many people that won't be able to.
I've heard that employees can have flexible schedules, and I've also heard that. And I also, as a Lyft driver myself, I feel like I don't necessarily have flexibility with these apps anymore because they pretty much dictate where you have to be and when if you want to make that 60 cents a mile. So
what is that? How does it do that for you?
through basically they've hired the best behavioral psychologists in the world. They pay them millions and millions of dollars a year because they know how to manipulate people's behaviors using apps. They treat it like a game. It's all been written about in New York Times.
Don't play the game.
Well, maybe I made huge investments to play this game, and then they changed the rules of the game.
I mean, like, I can see how they're doing different things, like with the crime time zones.
I mean, here, just listen to his sentence for 1 second. He bought a car, right? He was making money, and then post IPO, everything starts changing on him, right? Radical reduction of fees. So today you go out, what I got to work 2 hours extra today to make up what I did 3 years ago, right? So, and I got to make those car payments, and I got to pay a family. We're all on the same page, we're not fighting each other. It's the approach, right? It's the approach. So if you say, why are you fighting these guys? These guys are here with a tent, handing out T-shirts and freebies and signing up people, right? They should truly say, hey, we'll give it to you in writing. This is what we stand for, and this is what we're going to fight for in the political system, right? I don't want to be an employee. I don't want to be an employee. I don't want to be an independent contractor that's in this crappy paying position. I'm saying, hey, come to the table like you. I want to sit down with Lyft and Uber and protect the drivers and work for something better.
I'm just saying
There is a possibility of creating a new category.
I'm not saying that you're all wrong. I'm just saying that today is the wrong day to throw that issue up into the air. Because if we want to go into the Capitol and we want to tell these legislators that we don't want to be employees,
we're at every strike.
we need to
We'll show up everywhere.
I've done thousands and thousands of Uber and Lyft trips and DoorDash deliveries and Postmates and Uber Eats, and I don't want to run into the Capitol and say that. So why are you saying that? Why are you speaking for me? I came here to use my voice as a driver. I'm not the exception. There's tons of exceptions, and a lot of us came here on our own dime. We weren't paid or bribed with free food or manipulated messaging through the app, threatening us, especially people who don't necessarily understand English. They might feel like
I just want to make sure that I'm sorry, I respect every word you said. I just wanted to make sure that you understand my position. I made it very clear. I don't want to become an employee, but I'm not going to put up with the abusive ways they are right now.
And I understand the point. I'm just saying the approach is leaving to be desired.
Why would we come here and if we want our voice to be heard, why would we not say what we actually feel?
The Capitol is not going to be making both of these decisions for us. One is going to be made by Lyft, the other one is going to be made by the Capitol. The Capitol is our focus today, and by dividing our focus, you're actually decreasing our power to actually achieve our goals.
See, the thing is, you keep saying our as if you speak for all drivers.
Okay,
you don't
well,
speak
it
for me.
include
You don't speak for thousands
for
of drivers.
everybody,
You don't
that
speak
it
for
does
hundreds
include.
of drivers here.
I'm not trying to assume. I'm just saying for all the people that do agree, because he was saying that he doesn't want to be a driver, or he doesn't want to be an employee.
Yeah, I
I
didn't want to be
know,
an
and
employee
you have
either.
to.
I wanted to hustle and make money, but they made it so it's impossible.
That's all I'm talking about. I'm talking about the fact that we all agree we don't want to be employees.
Well, I felt that way but how many promises have I heard from Uber? Oh, we're dropping the rates 50%, but we expect a lot more demand.
Well,
you know what? We've changed the pay for Uber Eats because to be more in line with the work that you do. So we've cut it by 50% with 1 day notice. Here you go. Oh, the rates are changing tomorrow. We've known this for months that we were going to do this, and you have to pay your rent. But you know what? Tough shit. Here you go. New rates dropping by 25%. Deal with it.
I cannot vouch for Uber. I will not vouch for Uber.
But Lyft has copied exactly the same rates. And then I heard DoorDash is here represented too by this company, and they do even worse things. They go and look at how much people have tipped and then pay the driver as little as possible. Yes.
They have a promised amount.
I'm heading up that way. Thanks, sir. Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Person tips.
Appreciate it. I'll talk to you later. Man.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy. So, you see, here's the good thing. The good thing is you get dialogue and you see where people stand. And truly, at the end of the day, you have to respect everybody's views, right? Everyone has a voice. Everyone has the right to express their position. That's the way I look at it. And by coming here today, we get to tap into the emotions and the feelings of the people. It seems very, very polar opposite right now, right? the middle ground that we're trying to bring, or that let me rather say, I'm going to speak for myself now, that I'm trying to bring from Los Angeles is, hey, can I use today as an opportunity to speak to an Uber executive or an Uber manager or a Lyft executive and a Lyft manager and spend some quiet time with him and her and have him explain that, look, we understand your movement. You don't want us to become employees, right? We get it, right? You're handing out the shirts, you're handing out the pizzas, right? But at the same time, would you be willing to just sit down with us, right? Have us at the table, the driver that's bringing you in the money, versus this type of approach, right? This type of approach, a lot of people are lured into. That's just my opinion. It's an opinion, folks. You set up a tent, you're giving away free t-shirts, you're giving away a pizza, and you want their signature, right? So instead, like what we're preaching here, what I'm preaching is like, hey, take a step back, take a whole step back and say to yourself, no, employee status is probably not the way to go. Your flexibility is taken away. But the current bullshit that they are serving right now doesn't work. And what this place is set up to be is to enroll as many people as possible to just literally enforce the same old independent contractor status, right? When you get signatures on a paper, on a legal document where you have better conditions, signatures, binding conditions, agreements, at that moment, you have a new contract. Everything else here is an open promise. So we're going to walk around. We're gonna meet some of the protesters.
A real independent contractor sets their own rates, terms, and conditions. You guys have to understand what it means to be self-employed and be in business for yourself. I've been an independent contractor most of my life. I was national corporate spokesperson for Ford Motor Company. Y sí, también hablo español, so así que si tiene alguna pregunta en español, me puede hacerlo. So, I understand what's going on in many markets. This is a multicultural United Nations of movement here, which is the Drivers Unite movement. Uber and Lyft need to stop abusing workers' cities. GetUpside. Uber and Lyft, they need to step up or step off. And this is not acceptable.
He wants them to step up and fight for us and fight for better rights. This here, my friends, looks like a nice party. The executives, their ties and everything are here. I'm going to try and find the press here. We're going to take a little walk up here. I think this is where the protesters are. Hey guys, I appreciate you. There's so many people online. Dustin, you guys, if you can restream this. The Dragons flew up they drove up actually. We left at 4:30 a.m. this morning, right? We drove up, great drive, good people, good YouTubers, fantastic conversations in the car, and here we are. Sound system is out there. I'm sure speakers are going to be there soon. See, that's where the speakers are. And I think I'm going to go to the other side of the Capitol now because I think this is where the protesters are lined up with their banners. Let's go and have a look. Let's see, Dragons. There we go. So this is the quiet side, beautiful building. Let me just see if I can find a few folks on this side. I thought I saw a few people protest. I thought I did.
No protests here.
Okay. So look who's here, who's one of the guys in the car. Here's Kevin, the entrepreneur.
Hey guys.
Some pretty heated conversations over there,
Very
Kevin.
Heated.
There he is. We saw people that were almost going to go to battle, right? But they need to get it out. They need to get that aggression out. They need to talk about it. they need to voice their opinions, because there's definitely two major differences here today, and there's energies colliding. You can definitely see that. Was that your experience?
Yes.
Right in the middle, the police were there.
Yep.
People were almost going at each other, right? But
I thought that was going to get into a fist fight.
I thought it was going to escalate as well.
Yeah.
But the good thing is it didn't. And if we could just keep the calm and just find out where people stand here and interview them. And I want to speak to a couple of Uber and Lyft executives, if they are here today.
Yeah.
Hopefully we find them and we get to interview them. I want to hear from them what this is all about.
Yeah, I would like to hear from them too. Personally.
Exactly.
So, all right. Well, we should head back because they're
let's head.
in like 10 minutes.
Yeah, let's head back there together. So, who was on board? It was Kevin, Dave the Uber slave, Thomas came up from San Diego. I drove, and we got a good little group together. We're going to edit a nice little movie for you. We had a lot of interesting talking points on the way up, and this is why we drove up today, to be part of this. I truly want to hear it, from a suit and tie guy, right? A guy that probably has never driven in his life before, right? That they need to tell us what today's goal is, right? What are they trying to achieve here today? And, there's a lot of guys here in shirts and jeans that look like drivers. And I can tell you something, there's a lot of middle management, lower management people here as well who see this as a little party. Let's get the t-shirts out, let's get the pizzas out, let's get the sodas out, and let's sign up drivers. Right? No matter where you stand, we respect your voice. But think about this before you put pen to paper. Think before you head over to that tent and then just sign, right? Think about it. And truly appreciative of my fellow YouTuber coming up here.
We're back, so I think there's going to
I think I need to go back into the hornet's nest. Hey, look who's here. How are you, buddy? Good to see you, my friend.
I'm a subscriber.
You're a?
Moose 546.
Yes. How are you? Here's a fellow subscriber and friend and driver. You in which markets are you? Where do you?
Sacramento, right here.
Sacramento.
Real
Good
close.
to see you, my friend. Good to see
yeah.
you. Thank you. It's nice to see fellow drivers who come down and introduce themselves, to put a face and a voice. It's great. I appreciate it.
I'm not putting the shirt on.
Yeah, he's not putting the shirt on. Cool. But it's interesting to see what's going on, right? To get a good feel of what the people stand for.
Right.
Thank you, my friend. Thanks for coming over.
You're on YouTube, right?
Yeah. How are you, buddy?
Good.
You got a good meal there. How are you?
Pretty good.
Nice to meet you. Hey, enjoy. That looks good.
Are you the Uber tips guy? No.
No, right here, Professor.
Right. Okay.
There it is, right there.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah,
Where do you guys drive?
Chico.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Good.
he's the guy for you too.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. Good to see you.
I'm interested. Like, where do you stand on this?
Where do I stand? And I mean, I appreciate. He asked me where do I stand.
Hi, Mom.
To shout out to his mom. Where I stand is pretty clear. I don't want to be boxed in as an employee, because I think that independence will be. But I get to finish the sentence. I don't want to be boxed in as an employee and have that independence taken away from me, that I can only drive possibly for one company. But I'm certainly not going to sign off on the same old, right? The current situation, the current split is not working for me, and I'm sure it's not working for drivers. So if we can meet somewhere in the middle and negotiate a deal where us drivers are part of it, where political parties get part of it, where the companies are part of it, and we can sign off on something that we can agree on, that would be fantastic. If that does my... Good, how are you? Cool, that's where I stand. How are you? Another buddy. Are you came up from where?
Chico.
Oh, Chico. Awesome. Nice. Got Chico in the house here. Shout out to all the Chico drivers. We're here in the numbers. Chico, thank you guys.
How many people are watching right now?
Right now we have just under 200 live. Yeah. Thank you guys. We appreciate you. I really appreciate you stopping by. Enjoy the meal. Chico,
yeah.
drive
You
safe.
getting one?
Safe drive. Can I get one fry?
Yeah, go for it.
Because my rideshare brother just gave me one fry. Much appreciated.
No problem. Hey, Torsten. Any chance of the executives from Uber being here today?
Well, I hope they would show up, but I think they wouldn't show up, and the reason why I say that is because I think they anticipate a big show up from both sides, so it could get a little bit volatile. My guess is it's middle management to lower management.
Okay.
But it's a great opportunity to talk, you know what I mean?
Right.
To express whatever you feel. You have a right to voice your opinion. That's why we're here. I hope that everyone's here too. Hey buddy, how are you? Good to see you. I like the t-shirt.
I just
You drive in what market?
Yeah, I drive here.
Oh, you do in Sacramento? Fantastic.
Yeah,
Cool.
I just saw your. I was out of town and then saw your recent post for a goat and everything.
Okay, you did. Yeah, we're getting a.
And then that same. Actually, I think I saw the text that
Oh, you did?
Lyft had sent, which was the
Yes.
same as the email.
They sent a series of texts, right? To engage the drivers, yeah. And one of them was to come to the rally. Good. But you know what? Hey, you drove down. You sacrificing a couple of hours of income right now. You want to see what it's all about, right? And I think you should have the opportunity to listen to both sides. Look who we have here, my fellow YouTuber. There we go, camera to camera, baby. There's Dave.
Dark Road Run, you got people.
Shout out, go subscribe to their channels. But back to the gentleman, I didn't mean to be disrespectful.
No problem.
But yeah, I went over there to that stand over there, and I just asked them, hey,
How do you see us moving forward? I mean, where's the path?
This is what I think is going to happen. The last thing that these guys want is for this to end up on some vote. So if you can strike a deal before you go to the floor, right, and hopefully get all they're pushing for a lot of signatures, right? That's what they're looking for. Excuse me. They may succeed with their efforts, but I think they're going to hit a lot of resistance. So I do think at the end of the day, they're going to tally up all the signatures, all the name. They're going to do an analysis. Hey, do we have a stronger position? Can we comfortably march in there and sit down and see where this goes? Or do we maybe have to really bring in the drivers? I think they're going to bring in the drivers. I really do. I think they have shown us their weakest cards. It's a poker game. They put their hand doesn't look strong. That's why these desperate attempts to bring in people.
Collective.
And I respect both sides. So if people come here today and they genuinely want to sign up there, that's cool with me. I'm not fighting them. But I do think that drivers should be at the table with legal representation, and they should be sitting down with politicians and the company executives and hashing out a deal that's definitely not the same old 60-40 scenario, and that's definitely not an employer status. I think that the people are all here today in the shirts don't want to become employees. I don't want to become an employee. I don't want to have the independence taken away from me. I want to have the flexibility to choose if I want to go with 3 or 4 gigs, right? That's what I'm fighting for. But to have the same norms shoved down your throat, I'm not going to put up with that.
Yeah.
Right? So I think if the Uber or Lyft, if they want to bring the drivers to the table, they've disrespected the driver from the strikes. They have never built a bridge over to them. They've never built a highway over to the drivers. They just said, hey, this is our way. This is the 188-day way. This is the way we're going to sign up people. Hopefully, we're going to have a free vacation, sign off. Guys, read the page 13 fine print, right? These are carefully worded documents by attorneys, right? And you can go run in and sign up and say, yeah, I definitely want to remain an independent contractor and sign off. I'm not saying you're signing your life away. They've got to put pen to paper with signatures and say, if we do this deal, this is truly what we stand for. To hand out flyers, to hand out t-shirts, to hand out pizza slices, it's not legally binding. So I think a lot of people are truly misled. And I don't say that any judgment to the people that have gone and collected their shirts and things. I don't say that with any disrespect to them. I just say, hey, take a step back. They're showing us their cards. Here's our card deck. Let's see if we can talk turkey, right? Let's see if we can get a deal done.
Do we have any communication at all?
We don't have communication. We're communicating through outside islands. We're coming up here to, you know, that gentleman over there. That's the gentleman. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Sorry, they said you were with Uber, one of the executives Uber? Not at all. Okay, I apologize.
You know, we got Austin. He's a Uber employee.
Okay. I was hoping that the gentleman...
that's the Uber employee right here. He's telling everybody, you don't want to be an employee. You don't want to be put on a schedule, do you?
Okay.
That guy right there, his name's Austin.
Which one?
Austin with the blue shirt.
Oh, the blue shirt
guy.
Maybe
he's like, you're gonna be if you're an employee, you're gonna be put on a schedule.
So nice to see you in person.
My friend, how are you? Good.
I'm doing great.
I love it. Look at you. Got that.
Everybody recognizes.
Thank you, guys. Hey, nice to see you guys. And I respect where you stand. So nothing.
I'm actually, you know,
it's trying to fight for a better deal.
I watched a few of the professor videos, and I implemented it in my, you know, regular day-to-day stuff. I made thousands in tips.
Nice. Thank you, my friend.
So all I know is that
I'm gonna have to give you this clip.
Yeah. So I love Professor. Yeah. So
appreciate it.
Very nice to
Get one with us together here.
So you have no idea who I am.
Check this, my buddy here.
Idea.
Wow, that's fucked up.
Thank you.
No, I just know Professor.
Hey, there's another great driver. What city do you drive in, my friend?
San Francisco.
San Francisco. He drove down from San Francisco, folks. What's your name?
No, so my name is Roy. I actually live in Sacramento. I drive to San Francisco to work.
Okay, so the money you'd say is in San Francisco.
Absolutely.
See, good to know. Gentleman is a resident in Sacramento, here for the day at the rally, but the true money that he's making is down in San Fran. How long does it take you to get there?
About an hour, 2 hours, but it's totally worth it if I work 10, 12-hour days.
And do you stay there the whole day and then drive back at the end of the day?
No, I stay in my car, actually.
You do?
I
do. I respect that.
That's for the whole weekend.
Wow, guys, hardcore. Love that dedication. And then what time do you usually come down to San Francisco? What time do you head down?
I head down about 6, maybe 5:30 in the morning.
And what time do you sort of land and hit San Francisco?
I land in San Francisco at about 7:30.
Okay, and if I could ask you a very direct question.
Sure.
Where do you stand on the whole matter? Are you happy with the same status as it is right now, or are you hoping for some improvements, or where do you stand?
Right now, independent contractor has to stay.
Okay.
It has to stay.
Why?
Yeah, because it gives me the freedom. It also gives me.
How come you don't have the freedom?
Let him just.
So the freedom and flexibility. So I'm a student, and having that freedom allows me to work where and when I can and need to.
Okay.
So that I can make my income, because I also have to pay student loans.
Okay.
Pretty soon.
Okay.
And so I need this, and I'm also an entrepreneur, and so I need some money and cash flow so that I can work. You know, how much or little I can work with this, but I just love the freedom. I don't want that to be taken away from me.
Why do you think the freedom's going to be taken away? Like, who said that?
Well, at least from all these reports where, you know, this...
That's what Uber say.
What's that?
That's what Uber said, that your freedom's going to be taken away.
If I'm an
employee. But you realize their motivation in telling you that is because they want you to want to stay an independent contractor, because that's what's best for them. Maybe it's not what's best for you. Maybe you can still be independent and make your own schedule and still be an employee.
Right. That's pretty much.
They're trying to manipulate you.
Right.
Look, the cool thing is we're on one page, right? You want that flexibility. I think everyone's here for one reason, is basically just better conditions and better money.
Uber doesn't work without that flexibility.
Right.
They can't do it with full-time employees.
Right. Right.
It just doesn't work. How else are you going to have cars like just everywhere, ready to pick people up, without the way that was originally designed? You can't just have people on 8-hour schedules and expect cars to just be everywhere.
Right.
That's the whole reason why Uber works the way it does, is because people can just pop in and out.
Right.
Yeah. True.
Yeah. And then the surge helps meet the demand.
Right. And what do you
got?
got?
There we go. Let's meander. I'm not cutting you off, my friend, but I want to hear what they have to say. But I appreciate you being part of my live stream. I appreciate your input.
This guy's the man.
He's given us really, really good talking points here, and hopefully hopefully we come out better at the end of the day. Hopefully as we go in 2020, we're getting a better deal.
Yeah.
Thank you, my friend. And drive safe to San Fran when you go to work.
All right, I will. Thank you.
There's an autonomous scooter right there.
Autonomous scooter, I'm going to book it right now.
It's taking our jobs.
Hey, it's going in the wrong direction. I'm over here. The app said over here.
I think everyone up here.
I think that's Waymo.
This is what y'all came for.
This is what we all came for. That's what they said.
Cameraman.
There we go.
We're not.
So the gentleman with the speaker there, I can quite comfortably say that he'll probably work for the company. This is a gentleman we'll have to talk to afterwards and see if he's going to listen to some different variations.
There's Kevin.
Oh, there it is. There's Kevin. There's the press. Let's just remember all these press people so we can go to them afterwards. Right, that's we have over here. We got to get this guy on camera just now. Now we have channel 3 there. Got everyone here. And afterwards we're going to have a nice chance to talk to everyone. Thomas, my friend, how goes it?
Very good.
So we drove up today.
Yes, we did.
This legend came from San Diego. So he put in 2 more hours than our 6 hours. So he's in for 8 hours.
I'm here for the
He's
long
been
run,
up
my friend.
since midnight.
Yes.
He's in for the long haul.
Yep.
Right, and we're gonna listen to
I want to
what.
ask you, Torsten, are you going to be able to get on there and speak?
No, they will not allow us to speak with them. We have a chance to speak to these people afterwards.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
This is organized 100% by these dudes. The guy, the key speaker there,
Yeah.
is 100% paid by Uber. Right. Well, it's a guy that's part of the, I guess, I'm saying this carefully, I'm not trying to, part of the PR team, right? And honestly, I'd expect more people. I'd expected more people. If this is a crowd of 250 people, 200 up there, I expected at least double that, 500. I think this is a fairly poor turnout for. If these are all the signatures that they got, I'm happy.
I don't know about that. I don't think so.
But at the same time,
this is just people who happen to show up.
way to pay their drivers a minimum wage.
That's where is it?
Don't you think that's? I make good. I think I should be doing better. I do better than minimum wage, but it's of course you have to like.
So we have the beautiful capital there that's going to decide on our future right behind us. Sacramento. You got the Ubers in the house, you got the execs in the house, you got the people that came down, that followed the conversation, that took the invite for the rally, got the shirts, got the pizza, and now we're going to see what they all have to say. And these are the people that we want. Huh?
They could be politicians.
No, that's cool. Those are the guys we want to talk to.
I'm Brandon.
Are you with the company, ma'am, or are you one of the drivers?
Oh, I'm with Cal Chamber, so
Oh, okay.
I'm
Over there.
independent as the
Cal Chamber?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Funding this event.
Left. Here we go.
How you doing today? Welcome. Thank you for being here. We are here today to speak about why we need a better solution. My name is Matthew Wald, and I'm the Executive Director of Drive Forward. We're a broad coalition of rideshare, taxi, and for-hire drivers that actually started in Washington State. I'm also a driver. I drive for myself, and I use the Lyft and Uber platforms to run my business and earn money. Yeah. You can picture that.
You see that?
I'm down here today to stand with my fellow drivers and fight for the freedom and flexibility to control my business as a sole proprietor. Today, that freedom is fundamentally being threatened by the state Supreme Court's Dynamex decision, and we're here to call on the state legislature to take action. I don't want to be an employee. I don't want a boss to tell me when or where to drive. The ability to use these apps to earn money on my own terms is critical and helps me personally save money for graduate school. It helps Michael Wolf be a part-time stay-at-home dad, Jackie Morris to run her own entertainment company, and Deborah Jeff Scrad to supplement her Social Security income. There are thousands of stories just like ours. There are thousands of stories just like ours of people who rely on these apps to earn income, and we don't want that taken away from us. The state Supreme Court's Dynamex decision is already upon us and will be disastrous for our businesses. We're not here to just oppose something or say no. We're here to stand for something. For our rights as small business owners. For the freedom and flexibility to control our businesses. And also for shaping the future of our industry and how we all shape this industry together in a way that makes sense for a 21st century economy. What happens here in California has huge implications for the gig economy nationally. We need to get this right. Listen to the people who do the work every single day. Listen to drivers and what matters to us. Doing nothing isn't an option. The legislature needs to take action now. Thank you for your time. So we have a number of drivers who are going to speak today about what being independent means to them. And the first person I'd like to introduce is Key Broussard, who is an independent on-demand driver from Los Angeles.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm so happy to be here. I am so excited. I am a Postmate driver from the Los Angeles area. I started doing that 2.5 years ago. I'm also a mom, a wife, an actor, a licensed real estate agent, and a proud
lot of roles.
United States Air Force veteran. Thank you, yes. You are so welcome. When I learned how easy and flexible it was, I knew this would be the perfect way to supplement my income. But even though I have all this flexibility and independence, unlike a 9-to-5 job, I don't have access to the benefits that other people have. For instance, health care, long-term savings plans. And that's something that's really important to me. But it's also important to me to maintain my flexibility and my independence. What about when I get that audition at the last minute? I don't want to have to ask someone, can I have the day off to go to an audition? Or what about when I book that audition and I'm working 2 weeks on a movie set? I don't want to have to worry about when that's over. How am I going to make money to support my family until the next acting job comes along? As lawmakers here in Sacramento think about how to make sure we get a better deal, I want to urge them to enact a new deal for gig workers. Create a new set of worker protections.
Here we go. So I think she hit the chord, a new set of rules, right? That's what we came here for.
But we shouldn't have to give up our independence or flexibility for that.
That's what I'm fighting for.
Our
Better
assembly
rules.
members and senators can help us. They can pass a bill that creates a safety net unique to gig workers while maintaining our independence and flexibility. And I'm not alone. For those of us that work a couple hours a week, for those of us who work 60 hours a week, we should all enjoy those options. And California can lead the way to provide those options. And I'm saying, isn't this a part of the American dream to be able to work when we want to work, where we want to work, how we want to work, and still take care of our families, live our dreams, YouTube channels, companies, actors, what? Come on, let's make a difference, lawmakers. Thank you. Thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you so much for being here. And just thank you.
Thank you so much, Kate. All right, next we have Tamika Williams. She's a rideshare driver and a single parent of 5 children, ranging between the ages of 4 and 15, one of which has severe chronic asthma.
Thank you for restreaming, everyone. Restream. Get the word out.
My name is Tamika Williams. I live in Sacramento, and I've been driving for Lyft and Uber for the past 3 years. My son, he has asthma, which requires me to have to go to a lot of doctor's appointments, and I'm having to leave and do these things sometimes at the drop of a hat. All that while still managing to attend to the needs of my other children. As you can imagine, it takes a lot to juggle all of their needs, but they're the reason why I'm up here fighting today. Before driving to Lyft, I had a steady 9 to 5, and for a while I was able to maintain and keep things going. After time, of course, with me having to leave and not being, having to ask to pick up my kid who was sick or one who just wasn't feeling well, I lost my job. That's when I became a rideshare driver, and it gave me the opportunity to make up the income I had lost, and gave me the flexibility that a full-time mom of 5 children really needs. If our legislature takes this away by forcing us to become employees, I would likely not be able to work for Lyft anymore, because I need to be able to have flexibility and to be my own boss. So, again, I'm here today asking for our legislators to take us drivers seriously and listen to what we want, which is to stay independent contractors.
These people are a group that I think, carefully saying that, was hired by
All right, next up
Uber.
we've got Daryl
I think.
Anger, who's an on-demand delivery driver.
Uber called the rally. These are the speakers, so I guess this is an independent arm
Hello.
that speaks for them.
My name is Daryl, and I am an on-demand delivery driver for DoorDash. I do it in the Roseville area. 5 years ago, I suffered a head injury that put me out of work and left me with post-concussion syndrome. The injury caused a constant headache, several migraines a week, and a lack of sleep. Even after 5 years, I still suffer from a constant headache, migraines, and other common problems. And now when I wake up, I have a headache. When I go to bed, I have a headache. I never know when a migraine is going to come on. After 4 years of being out of work and having been denied disability, it became necessary for me to go back to work. I needed to find employment that would allow me to work when I could. Basically, the flexibility to start and stop on my own terms based on my medical needs. As an employee, I would be on a schedule. I would be expected to start at a certain time and end at a certain time, and work on scheduled days. Some days, my headache makes it so hard I can't start until later in the day. And if a migraine comes on, I have to be able to stop immediately and go home. After doing research, I found DoorDash. As an independent contractor, I work when I want, how long I want, and I decide how I do the job. DoorDash provided the opportunity to start working on my terms. I don't have a supervisor to report to. I'm my own boss. I don't have a set time to start. I start when I want to start or when I'm physically able to start. I don't have a set amount of time I have to work. I work as little or as long as I want, and I decide when I am done. As an independent contractor, I can offer my services to one or multiple platforms. I could work for DoorDash, Uber, Lyft, Postmates, anyone, or at the same time. For me personally, I set goals that I want to achieve each week. If I have to quit early one day due to a migraine, I can work longer on another day or work a day that I wasn't planning to work.
Kevin in the house.
If I make my weekly goals early, I can stop for the week. That would allow other drivers to pick up more deliveries when I'm not working. Or if I'm feeling really good, I can continue on and not worry about my weekly goal because I've already exceeded it. Those decisions are taken away from me if we are deemed employees. By changing our status from independent contractors to employees, you take me from being a great delivery driver to an unreliable employee. Being an unreliable employee is a standard that I cannot accept for myself. I encourage our state legislators to support a legislative solution that will protect our independent work. Have fun, everybody. Thank you.
All right, next we've got Chris Labrada, rideshare driver, and started driving after he completed 8 years with the Army Reserves. Thank you. Hey everyone, my name is Christopher Labrada. I want to thank Lyft for allowing me to be out here today. I didn't have to put in a time off request or anything like that. Simply just came here in my own time. After high school, I was always on the move. I joined right into the Army Reserves. I was a healthcare specialist. Most of what I was doing, I was an EMT, CPR, and BLS instructor for pre-deploying units. So I was helping soldiers be prepared for when they do have to go fight overseas. And along with that, it's kind of part-time. And so I had to supplement my income with a second job. And so I ended up getting some security. And, when I'm balancing the Army life and a work life, where is there time for me to go back to school? There was just no time. There's no time for my family. There's no time for friends or relationship, stuff that we all want. And, with Lyft, I've been able to do that and be able to keep, the bills paid, a roof over my head. I don't have to focus so much on work. Work these days allows so much of your time, effort, and it's stressful. And trying to be successful in school while having those obligations, I got plenty of friends and family today who have a hard time going through school because they have to balance their other job, their kids, with Lyft, all these other rideshare apps, anything like this. It allows us to work around all of that and focus on all of that. Today, you're going to hear a lot of good reasons why we do this. And if our legislators pass this, you take away every single one of those reasons, and it just becomes another job. I just wonder if they ask us if this is what we wanted. I'm sure their intentions are good and true, but I'm very optimistic. Sorry about that. That might be because I'm young and everything. But I have faith, and if they pass this bill, it only hurts all of us. It doesn't help. It's not going to help us in any way. You're just creating another job. And I'm no economics major, but I think a lot of us would lose our chance to even do a lot of these rideshare apps. There's so many of us. There you go. You're out. I just don't see it being possible. And you're going to see prices go up. It's going to be just a normal delivery or taxi company. There's a lot of people who depend on a lot of our services to feed them, to get us to work.
I'll tell you, I work every morning, Monday through Friday, and all my people that I pick up, they're going to work, they're going to lunch, I'm taking them home. They need this. A lot of people don't have cars, and you're going to take that away not only for the drivers, but you're going to take it for the people who use all these good rideshare apps. So that's all I got to say. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, I know it's hot, but let's keep at it. All right, next we've got Jeffrey Brinson. He's an on-demand driver here in Sacramento.
Right. So, really quick, I've been an on-demand driver since 2017, and real brief history about myself. I was in the retail industry as a manager for 20 plus years. If anybody understands what retail is like, it is very stressful, okay? It is mentally, physical, and yeah, it sucks. In October of last year, I decided to go full-time as an on-demand delivery driver. Never look back. I don't regret anything after 20 years at all. The stress factor is zero for me right now. I mean, I love it.
Hanging in there.
So,
thank you for joining.
Listen to what everybody has to say up here. Okay? Everyone's situation is unique and different, but it's all about the flexibility of being our own boss. I don't want to be an employee anymore. So, listen to what we got to say. It's very important. Thank you, guys.
All right, Lynn Schwartz. She's a driver and loves providing this service because she loves getting her customers safely from point A to point B. So, Lynn.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Lynn, and I was born and raised here in Sacramento, and just started with Lyft in April. Due to, I had to quit my job in April for a personal reason outside of the state of California. When I came back, I didn't have a job. So I started driving for Lyft, and it gives me the flexibility to do interviews if one comes up, gives me the flexibility to go and do resume researches and things and job searches at the career center, library, and I can drive when I want. I don't have nobody telling me clock in at 9, clock out at 6, go to lunch at 5. I can drive if I want, and if something comes up, I can make it up another day, or I can work longer. That's right, no OT this week. I don't care about the money. I care about the people. And I thank you guys all for listening, but I will say that we can't let this happen because a lot of our passengers cannot afford a yellow cab. That's why they reach out to Uber and Lyft. That's why they reach out to other services. So if you put restrictions on it, what's that going to do to the person who can't afford to take a service that's more expensive than we are? And we may be less, but we have wonderful clientele that love us all, or we wouldn't be standing here today. So I hope that you legislators really listen to rideshare drivers, rather than trying to force us into a model that doesn't work. We don't want to be forced to become employees with supervisors or set schedules. Drivers want to stay dependent, and that's the only way it'll work.
Next is Rahim Ali. He's the owner of Cheers Market in San Francisco, which actually used on-demand delivery and increased his sales rate by 300% it was 300% from 2015 to 2017. So, Rahim.
Hi everyone, my name is Rahim Ali. I had a dream to be a small business owner and come to San Francisco by empowering others and giving more jobs. The hardest part about being a small business owner was the ability of hiring the right people, at the same time growing your business. Everybody in San Francisco is going out trying to make it, just like everybody here. In San Francisco, the hardest part about surviving is competing against companies like Amazon. who's coming for us. They want to cut our prices in half. 2014 was one of the roughest years. I wanted to learn how to serve my community, give back to the people that were around me. But everybody that came into my business would only look at one thing, my prices. They would compare my prices to that of Amazon. That's very hard to do. I cannot buy what Amazon buys. Amazon buys something for $1, I buy that same product for $2. I cannot compete with that. However, I was able to get out of just treating a customer that came into my store by learning the delivery business. I tried to do it myself by hiring people. The hardest part about the delivery model is it's not consistent. 1 p.m., you're gonna have 10 customers come in. And if you have 2 drivers, you're gonna get some bad reviews because you're not gonna be able to deliver within that hour that customers want. In 2015, I was able to join a company called Postmates as a business. And I was able to take the gig economy and learn how to give back to the community by using on-demand services like Postmates. It gave me the ability going from literally surviving to creating jobs. Today, I can proudly say the first business I started, I had 2 employees, I have 7, and I'm growing to 8. The on-demand space also helped me grow my business. So not just from San Francisco, but now I'm in LA. And I'm able to grow because of everybody here. The ability of growing with you, not against you, but with you as an independent business owner. You guys are business owners just like myself. What I worry about today is the flexibility of everybody in this place is going to be taken away. And those are one of the true concerns I have. Please listen to the people and give the ability to give us back and help us grow instead of taking the flexibility away from us. Thank you for listening to me. I really appreciate it.
All right, now I'd like to welcome Claudia Dobbins. She's a rideshare driver from Los Angeles. Drove up last night.
Good afternoon, everybody. First thing I want to say is I'm just so humbled by hearing people's stories, because I know that every person that has a voice up here is speaking for somebody that's here. And there are so many stories of people who do rideshare driving as a livelihood to supplement an income, to take care of food for their kids, medical problems. I mean, we don't even realize why people
just walking away from the individual stories that are shared. They're all valuable and valid stories, every single one of them. They make perfect sense. The language that I haven't heard so far, I understand that they all want to remain independent. I get it, right? What I haven't heard anybody complaining about is what they're getting out of it dollar-wise, they're receiving out of it. Hence my t-shirt, more money, right? What motivates us at the end of the day, besides having fun at the job and meeting people, is that you got to pay bills. None of these individuals right here have addressed, hey, I'd like to remain an independent contractor, but I want my conditions to become better. I want to make more money, right? I'm not happy with the current status. So this to me, obviously Uber called the rally. They found a company, which I respect. I respect all these people that are here, they're drivers, just like I am. But what I'd like to hear in the microphone is, hey, I want to remain an independent contractor, but I'm not going to put up with the bullshit conditions that are currently served upon me. I'm not going to put up with the pay that's put on me, that I'm forced to take. I'm forced to accept 40%, right? I would like to hear that these drivers up there on the stairs of the Capitol, there it is right behind me, you see it, right? I want to hear them say, hey, I'm here today because I stand for independence, but I also stand for better treatment and better money, right? Paymanali in the house. How are you, my friend? Shout out to Paymanali. So I totally understand that California wants a piece of the pie. They want to see money. I totally understand that Uber and Lyft don't want to pay the additional $500 million per year by us becoming employees. But where is anybody out there that is saying, hey, let's bring all the parties together and work out a deal? Right now, these individuals are appealing to politicians, to the state, to protect them as independent contractors. I support that. But what I support and what I came up to Sacramento for is to basically interact with people, to find Lyft and Uber representatives and say, hey, are you willing to put pen to paper and sign off better conditions in an agreement for the drivers, right? These are all beautiful stories, and I'm not going to discount any of these stories. I respect these drivers. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the contribution there. Thank you. Very kind of you. The main thing is, it's going to help for gas. We drove up and down in my Cadillac. We left at 4 a.m. this morning, but we're not tired. We're motivated. And what I'm really excited about is sort of part 2, meeting the media, meeting some of the Lyft and Uber people, trying to get some answers out of them, right? Again, I am 100% with all of these drivers, business owners. I'm for the flexibility. But folks, I want better pay. I want better conditions for the drivers. What I'm hearing, the word on the street, is that the people are not happy with the split. They're not happy with the treatment. Can someone here at this rally have the courage to address that? You know, we're not wearing these T-shirts that they're handing out. I refuse to sign off on this because there's been no guarantee made in writing. That's why I'm not going to lend my signature to this, right? I am for something in between the current independent contractor status with flexibility. I don't want to be boxed into one company and have no flexibility and become an employee. I'm looking for more money. I'm looking for more money for my brothers and sisters, right? So I'm going to go back in there just now. We're going to hear more stories. The main thing is still waiting for that one driver to stand up and say, hey, Uber, Lyft, addressing them directly, right? I haven't heard anyone here say, Uber and Lyft, start treating me well, start paying me well. We're hearing stories about people that depend on this flexible job. That's what I'm hearing right now. So I hope I'm positively surprised when we go back in. Renee. Thank you. Exactly. Exactly. Here we go. Let's go back in.
Do I go in? Go in on a day that's probably going to be slow, destroy someone else's dreams for a perfect wedding day that I was hired to be there? Or do I go do the job that I signed up to do, that I signed a contract to do? And that's what I chose to do, because that was someone's wedding day. That company had that time 3 months in advance to know, hey, I'm not going to be here today. Yet they couldn't figure out something because it was a blackout time, because there was some reason, this reason, that other reason. Something that was more in their interest than in my interest. And that's the interest of what I love about Uber. My interest, I can put it first. I can put people's interest first. I can make that decision of what is important. And the most important thing is the flexibility that this gives. Uber and Lyft, DoorDash, everyone has already started this flexibility game. This isn't going to be the last stop. Many other companies are going to take this on. The California legislature has this important moment. Instead of being behind like they are at the freeways and roadways, getting highways put up, waiting 7 years to actually jump on that. They have a moment to be ahead of the game. And be ahead. This, like I said, at least over 1 million people saying, I want to choose when I want to work. This is going to be the next thing that's going to happen in the job market. Jobs within different companies that are flexible like this. Uber and Lyft, it's not a simple thing to manage this. But as years go on, many more companies are going to do this. And lawmakers can either break that and keep us A or B. Nobody likes A or B. We like a fair option, like A, B, and C. So we got Republicans, Democrats, Independents. I mean, we don't always go for fair choice, but we like that option. It's always that option that we love. And that's what we want here. That's what we're saying. The impede and avoid doesn't fix the problems. Why are you putting that on the table? Give us something that fixes the options, which is allowing us to be independent contractors with options to choose what we need. As you heard, some people they do want healthcare. Some people do want something as a term. But we as the law states for independent contractors, that's not allowed to be given by law. All we're asking for, make that option available as independent contractors, that we can have that choice to be given those things.
They're drinking the Kool-Aid, and it's a blank check to Uber.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for being here today. For questions, we're available immediately afterwards for one-on-ones. Now, everyone, let's head into the Capitol. Let's meet with our representatives and make our voices heard. Thanks so much for being here today.
I love Uber! Yes, she do. She gets nice stuff with it.
Okay, we are now going to walk into the Capitol. There's my buddy. Cool, thanks, buddy.
Hello again.
Great. Hello again. Awesome. Now we're going to go into the Capitol and let's meet some people. We're in that.
We got to fight that 1 second. Senior citizen drivers.
Hey guys, can you let me know if we're back on stream? Had a little glitch. Maybe it's because music is playing, and obviously music is cool. Sometimes they stop live feeds based on the picking up the music in the background, right? We got one of our YouTubers up on the stage.
Which is Uber headquarters. And also,
Did somebody confirm that we're back? Are we back online? Just give me a thumbs up. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you for saying that. It's really hot here. It's hot out here, and I've got a glare. So if the people say we're back, we're back. So we're back on the live feed, and we appreciate it. Now we're going to try and go into the Capitol as one group, right? I think that's the only way they're going to let us in. Keep fighting for you guys. I hope and pray we come across some politician, somebody with a noticeable face. Can we march into Gavin Newsom's office? Can we march into Kamala Harris's office? Can we? You guys are awesome. Thank you. They got the troops are here. The troops are here.
All right.
nice.
I love his outfit, man. He's always...
Let's get a quick promo for Street Teams in 4K here.
Yeah, a little quick. So
we got rideshare professor Torsten here and he has a new announcement, website.
Yeah, so
Street Teams.
Thank you. I really appreciate you giving me the opportunity. So Street Teams, long story short, an umbrella, a house where all drivers with all opinions can congregate, voice themselves. If we need to get an announcement, a strike, a flyer across, no matter where you stand, left side or right side of the aisle, you can use that as an outlet, right? So I say, come on board for collective bargaining power, whoever you are, whatever you stand for, right? And the one thing is we are creating city ambassadors, qualified drivers in each city. So you have a go-to representative in Alabama, in Colorado, in Nevada, in California, in Florida, in Texas, wherever you are, right? So when we finally launch the GOAT platform, you have go-to people that are experts in cities, right? You're interacting with real drivers, getting real answers. So far I'm happy. We have over 1,000 people joining in the last...
It's free to register,
It's
right?
free to register. Yeah. You can obviously upgrade if you want to, but you don't have to. You can register for free. You can participate in the polls. You can start surveys.
Be a GOAT.
You can start your descriptions.
Be a GOAT.
You can join. He's an all-star. We got to make you an all-star. I owe you that. So we'll put you an all-star there. And just come on board. Market yourself. Market your referral codes. Make money.
Yep.
Interact. But mainly get your voice across, right?
Make the most of this opportunity.
Yeah, and thank you. Hey, awesome channel.
You
Keep
follow
it up.
the system, you'll make money.
That's it. So it's pretty cool to hear all these people. Like I said, the one thing I'm still waiting for from any one of these guys is like, hey, look Uber and Lyft in the face and say, hey, you know what, I want to remain an independent contractor, or I don't want to become an employer. But like, hey, what about the conditions? What about...
All the things to talk about, and all they talk about is, I want to stay an independent contractor. What about everything else?
Yes. So, very good point here. Dave, haven't been to his channel, Dave the
Uber Slave.
Dave the Uber Slave,
Yeah.
shout out. And
Dark Road Run, people.
Don't
Guys.
tell your mom about my channel.
yeah, never ever tell your mother about his channel. You'll get yourself into a ton of trouble. And if you join his channel, never tell your family about his channel. Okay, guys, go and subscribe to them, right? Because they're bringing value. They're here, right? They travel to Sacramento for you, right? We are voice for drivers, right? They come out here in force to listen to this organization and hear what they have to say, which is awesome. But what I heard all day long is, I want to be independent. I want to remain independent. I want to remain independent. But I haven't heard one single person say, Uber, Lyft, stop the nonsense. Right. Stop this nonsense, this BS with cutting the rates, hurting our paycheck week for week. Start putting money back into our pockets and we'll show you the loyalty. I haven't seen that today. I'm missing something.
Have you seen any of the upper level executives out here at all?
No, I mean, Dara, where are you today? You paid all these guys. Can't you show up here in your Bentley or your Rolls? Come and join us, buddy. Join the party. We want to see you, Dara. Logan Green, where are you, my friend? I'm looking all around. I cannot see your face here. John Zimmer, where are you, my friend? This is the capital. These are the people you're paying to make noise here today. Where are you?
We drove 7 hours.
We drove 7 hours. You only have to drive an hour now. You're only an hour and a half away. Get in your car right now. Catch an Uber rider. Lux, Uber over here. Paid by the company. Come over, man.
There's such a disconnection between the corporate level or the employees at Uber with salary packages, health care, stock bonuses. The signing bonus of a tech worker in San Francisco, it's like $200,000 after a year after stock bonuses and everything.
Starting point, right?
And how can they ever relate to somebody making $10 to $15 an hour as a driver for the product that they are responsible for? But, and they're vulnerable right now after going public.
No, I think they're showing their cards. Yeah. I think I'm going to try and head in there and see who's inside that beautiful building. I mean, why not take the initiative? Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you. So it says no entry. I mean, are we able to go in from the other side or? Gosh, this is not a good start. No entry. Yeah, where's Gavin Newsom? Where's Kamala? I don't know how far we're gonna get, but let's knock on the door. Maybe we welcome, maybe we're not.
I got my Caltrans truck.
Yeah, we have a state representative here. No, he's shaking his head. Sir, how do we get in from that side? On that side, okay. Want to say hello? Thank you. So we're gonna go around that side. We just picked the wrong entrance. We're gonna try and go inside this beautiful building. Right?
Stock is doing today.
Yeah, how is Uber stock? Anybody report back how Uber is doing today, stock-wise? So it looks like we're gonna walk around. Yeah, you can't go through. I think we're gonna go around there. The gentleman said go around this way. So we're gonna try and.
Why didn't they lead a group of people?
I don't know.
They should have been.
That's what they wanted to do, but that fizzled out.
Well, I didn't.
So we're creating the group of people. Here's the group of people. Gonna go and meet
All
our.
they had to do is just go start huddling. They just wanted to get their picture.
Goes to
We're gonna.
Sacramento. Huh?
Hey, I wish we were in DC right now. We could march in.
Yeah.
This building is just as beautiful, if not more pretty. It's gorgeous.
Be like Jimmy Stewart here.
Put up the wall.
Say no to graft.
Okay. This looks like. Is that the?
It's a nice house.
Yeah, the conservatory is there. The greenhouse. You get a sample, different specimen, and then you go into the house. It's the greenhouse.
Is Snoop Dogg in there? Is that what's going to happen?
Snoop Dogg's. We're about to go into the greenhouse. I think at this point I better change my shirt, ladies and gentlemen, because this shirt is not the right shirt to go in there with.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
I love it. Goat driver. Nice. Before we leave, I also want to get a 4K
100%
thing on the goat driver too.
100%. Okay, I just changed my. I just did a change because I don't think it's a good idea to go into the Capitol with a shirt that says more money. I don't think that's the type of language they appreciate.
You'll fit right in with the Democrats with that shirt on. Dude, that's what they're all about. You know, there's a Democratic supermajority in this building. Yeah.
Oh, good.
That's why California's all fucked up. And I like the Democrats. Even I can admit that. Oh, okay.
Oh, no. Okay, perfect. So we're not allowed to record inside here. So we will be back. We will be back. But we're right inside here now. And then hopefully we meet some people and get to report back to you. But we've got to get out of the stream right now, right? How do I stop this damn thing? How do I stop Brittany? How do I stop this thing here?
It says Streamlabs?
There. Oh, there it is. Okay, I didn't see it. Hey, we're going to have to stop streaming right now. We'll be back.